Okay. Yes, I want to focus the point on on our profession as agronomist and how all this innovation will change our work in the future. So the decision process making in the vineyard involves different person, no? An agronomist who is working on the field, who takes observation, who looks around and try to understand what happens in the field. He, with someone else, maybe in an office, take some decision, and then the apply of the decision, mechanical or manual or so on. Well, all this process making has to change because we have now a lot of tools for improve our process making. Innovation can give answer to resolve a lot of problem, all this problem maybe. We have tools, decision support system, precision viticulture, mechanization, variable rate technology. We have satellite, all for monitoring, for fertilizer. We also have, there is a next theme of our association, innovation on genetic resources. So all these things is now in the market. Okay, we have a lot of solution, a lot of tools. But what's the problem? That all this solution is everyone makes a solution for pest disease. One makes solution for precision viticulture, for detecting something in the vineyard, and an agronomist lost a lot of time to use a lot of this tool, and maybe losing a lot of time at the end didn't use anything, because I don't want to put twice, thrice the same data in the same for the same process. For example, the treatment that I need. No, I need to write the treatment for a legal point of view, because I have to register that. This treatment can be useful for the development of pest disease. I can use it for cost. I can use it for sustainable project, and so on. So I have to put it twice, thrice, and so on. So what we need only one solution? Maybe, but it's difficult. So, but maybe what we need is something that collects all the data, no? And the system of the system that we we spoke yesterday. No, something that we can share. Now, from the technical point of view, I'm an agronomist, I'm not an informatic, but I think that from the informatic point of view, it's always maybe not easy, but is we are able to do that, to share information, to share data. But what we don't have is the will to do that. No, often the different suppliers of each tools looks to the other one as a competitors, not as a collaborator, maybe. So maybe it's a cultural changing that we have to do. Not we, but all the furniture. So, if we have data, all the data now is georeferenced, or could be georeferenced. We have data from satellite, meteo, different maps, different sensor, field observation that now is easy to collect, or with the field, or also with a smartphone. Oh, everyone has a smartphone in his pocket and can walk to the field and take in a few seconds some observation, and also use the data from the past. A lot of situation has a database, for example, of pre-harvest data. Everyone has this one, and we can give value to this data. For example, in a cooperative, all the ERP, the software of the cooperative, has a lot of data of yield, of quality, storage in some database, and they didn't use it to understand what happens in their territory. And once we have collected this data, we can now give it to some calculator, artificial intelligence, okay, to make predictive models, to make decision support system, to have some graphs, some trends, and so we can take decision. And this decision has to be more precise now and in timeless. No, also due to the climate change. What climate change means for me now is that all the decision that we take has to be more in time. No, we have to follow what happens, and what happens change really fast. So the decision we take, obviously, we try to take the right decision. Not always is in the same way, but the decision we need to take is regarding all what happens in the vineyard, what also happens also in the future. And but another thing is that the innovation, all the tools we were talking, and all the innovation has to be shared also. Now, this is another important things, because we take a decision. It's not a software that takes a decision. It's always an agronomist who takes the decision. And at the end, we have to share this information. We have to share not only the information, but also the data. For example, if we have a good group of technicians that works on the field, that collect the data, and we need to use this data to make something to help decision to apply in the field in the future. And now how can I say, the model of sharing the data is easy. Everyone has a smartphone, so with SMS, with an email, with an app, we can give advice. And this advice could be more or less automatic, no? Obviously, it depends of what we want to share, or what the decision we want to give. There is the decision support system that give automatic advice, but this advice could be also managed from an agronomist to identify a small area and small group of growers to give information more precise. So at the end, now the person involved in the processing system, decision process making, is always the same, but now the situation is changed. Everyone has a smartphone in the pocket. In every office we have a PC, a computer. Also the machine could be implemented with GPS, with sensor, with something that share data. All this is connected, and all the data could be put in the cloud. So all this information now is simple to have. So I think that in the future, not only in the future, this is the reality now. A picture like that is will be more frequent. No, for the picture like that, because with a smartphone, with some platform, we can consult data. We take survey. For example, for me, the smartphone is a very important instrument to take data in the field. We will not have some notebook now. We don't have to put. We take data. In a few seconds, we take a photo, really data. We'll have, as I said, a lot of tools. Everyone developed for the best situation. We have the best solution for pest disease, the best solution for irrigation. All we need is that share this information to put in a unique platform, but for the useful, not for the ability of each solution. And this will change, I think, our profession. because the model, an agronomist now has to be more modern and work in a different way, in an advanced way, as I think. That's just a brief speech. Now, an example of what I say is shared by Carlo. Thanks.